Namaskar, this is Sanjay Zog here. I am joined by Ajit Pawar led NCP's Maharashtra Unit Chief, Mr. Sunil Tatkare, who is a veteran leader and a party MP. We are going to discuss range of issues, the revised list of district guardian ministers, the ongoing legal battle between the Ajit Pawar camp and a Sharad Pawar led group. What will be the party's strategy to consolidate and increase presence in Maharashtra? And on top of it, how Ajit Pawar is going to increase his grip on the party and the state politics. So welcome Sunilji for HW News.
Thank you.
We have got a lot of issues to discuss and thanks a lot for spending the time. My obvious question is, a little while ago, ultimately, Ajit Pawar led group has succeeded in getting what they want. So how do you explain on the revised list of the district guardian ministers that have been declared a little while ago, but Raigad, which is going to be, or which is your home district, continues to be absent from the list? Is it still a contentious issue? Is there any dispute with BJP and Shinde-led Shiv Sena?
First of all, I should say that I am very much happy for two reasons. One, for the portfolio which was given to our camp, and the way by which the Ajit Dada selected the ministers, keeping our own ideology, Shauful Ambedkar. Likewise, that and even every region, Vidarbha, Marathwada, Western Maharashtra, North Maharashtra, and Konkan, and the women and all minorities. So all are being included therein. I mean the faces, true faces of the NCP party. That is one thing. Regarding, as you asked just now, that revised list of the guardian minister has been published. I am really happy for that. I welcome on behalf of my party as the state president, and the seniors, they have got the district therein, especially say Pune, then Kolhapur, Parbhani, Bid, then Gondia, Buldhana, then Nandurbar and all that. Question about, especially regarding the Raigad, what you have asked me, there is no any confrontation between all of us. You see, when there is an alliance of three parties and when we get together a first time, this is an first alliance.
Absolutely.
Of course, alliance with the Sena was also first. That was also the first experience. Having long battle with the Sena, whole of my political career and whole of the Congress and then NCP career, we are fought equally with Sena as equally with the BJP.
Absolutely.
But even then we joined the Sena government in 2009.
Yeah.
Maybe the equation different or whatsoever there. Whenever that topic will come, I would like to emphasize something on that issue. You see, the Raigad is there and also Nasik is also there. Nasik is also important district because not only our senior leaders is Mr. Chikan Bhujbal is there, but our 5 MLAs are from there. Sometimes in a negotiation, sometimes in a dialogue, so takes some time because expansion is also abated there. So I feel in a few days that can be also sorted out very nicely.
Yeah, Sunilji, you touched a very interesting point about, the manner in which this entire conglomeration has taken place. You deviated from Sharad Pawar, joined hands with so-called Mahashakti, the BJP, to which, as you rightly said, fought so vigorously. And of course, with Shinde-led Shiv Sena. What has provoked this kind of arrangement in Maharashtra and how it is taking a shape now?
You see, this is not the first time that we have gone with the BJP. Yes, we have joined the BJP government first time. That is true. But in the history of the past, as you know, as Mr. Ajit Dada also briefed there, in 2014, you see, there was one possibility before even the parliament poll was there that we, BJP and Sena, may have contest pre-poll alliance election of the 2014. I know the detail, but I don't want to quote anything now for that. But 2014, after the elections results of Vidhan Sabha declared, the local assembly, there was a clear-cut mandate to the BJP, 122 seats they were there. Of course, 4 parties they have contested independently, BJP, Sena, Congress, NCP, they contest separately the election. But even after the results came declared fully in the states, say around by 12:30 to 1 o'clock, I myself as the state president and the National General Secretary, Mr. Praful Patel, we announced that we are giving outside support to the BJP.
Absolutely.
See, so that started since then. Then onwards also, one time was there in 2016-17, long discussion was there that we to join the BJP government. Of course, I was the witness of that, but I won't say anything in detail about that. But Mr. Ajit Dada, he had explained about this in our MET when we had a gathering of our state NCP unit therein. And so even in 2019, you see there was pre-poll alliance between Sena and BJP. They contest parliament together. They contest assembly together. We as Congress, we also contest together. It was a pre-poll alliance between all these recognized parties in the state. You see, in 2019, the results were declared of the assembly. BJP Sena alliance, they backed about 165 seats together. 105 BJP, there some independents 10, Shiv Sena I think 56, 57, and 5 to 6 there independent MLAs. So almost 180. So clear cut mandate of the Maharashtra people has given to the
BJP and Shiv
Sena. But something went wrong because of the promises given between them. Who had promised what? I don't know. I don't want to make any comment because we are not a part of that thing. Because that was between the BJP and the Sena. And then the new alliance emerged. Had we ever expected that Congress, Sonia Gandhi will support Uddhav Thackeray led Sena? That is one thing. We always, since NCP form, not only before that, I know, because I contested MLA assembly election in 1985. I lost by very small margin. In 1990, unfortunately, I could not get Congress ticket. But even then, that time, Shiv Sena and BJP, they had came together. Late Hindu Hriday Samrat Mahasaheb Thackeray and Pramodji Mahajan, they had their alliance on the basis of the agenda of the Hindutva.
Yes.
So since then, the Sena and BJP, they were getting more seats. Earlier, they were having very few seats. And since 90, as I said, I mean, they came together. In 2019, after there was a difference, political difference, maybe because of the chief ministership, Sena and BJP, they were different. So there was two possibility. Either BJP and NCP can come together and form the government, and or what the MUA came thereafter. That is the Sena, Congress and the NCP. And then Uddhav Thackeray led the government. There was the government. You see, till now, till the 2009, as somebody says, some criticizers, that we fought against the BJP and the people has given the mandate. So equally the mandate was given against the Sena. You see, whole of the Konkan, in my whole political life, I contest, I had given the fight with the Sena. So there is no question of why there can be the difference between the BJP and the Sena. If we can join the hands with the Sena for the government, for the power. So now the decision consciously taken by the Ajit Dada, along with not only it was his own decision, or his alone decision, seniors, they have given a devoted their political life for the party in last 25 years. And since before that, in the Congress, all of us, we sat together and we joined the government consciously, but keeping our ideology intact. Our ideology is secularism and ideology of Shahu Phule Ambedkar. It is intact. So joining hands with the BJP in the government has not made any, that not has affect any our part of our ideology. So we are going ahead that. So it is going on well.
Absolutely. Sunilji, but the major issue which is being revolved around this alliance is that there has been a threat because of the CBI, ED and income tax basically raids. And also, you have compromised, even though you said that secularism is intact, but the BJP has been allegedly involved in the communal polarization, pursuing their Hindutva agenda. So against this backdrop, what is your say on this and how are you going to get adjusted with a mighty BJP in Maharashtra?
You see, I would like to just answer you one question. Has Sena has left their Hindu? They are also very recently, very equally, or one step ahead than the BJP even. But then how the secular parties, so-called secular parties like Congress and the,
NCP.
yeah, of course, I am NCP. So how they can then have an alliance with that?
In fact, Sunilji, you succeeded to get this secularism word in your common program, minimum program. That was your achievement. But what you have to say about the Hindutva which is being propagated by BJP? There has been an attack on BJP for communalizing the entire political sphere. How are you going to adjust with this kind of a narrative?
No, you see, when since 1989 in our country or in our state, there is a political compulsion. There is no any government without a coalition.
Yeah.
When the coalition government is being required and the various parties of different ideologies, they came together. In even Indian politics, you can observe in 1989, then onwards, so 91 to 96, Narasimha Rao ji was there, the prime minister. But not only was Congress, those who very hardcore opposed to the Congress, they support Congress government. You see, 96, 98, 99, these in a span of 3 years, 3 parliament elections. At that time also government were formed. Then onwards UPA, then onwards NDA. All these are the Indian now political scenario has changed. Even in Maharashtra, see, in 1995, first time Sena BJP coalition government. See, then up to today, there is a coalition government in the Maharashtra. So, ideological different parties came together to run the government. It is in our country. Even in the, as we say, I can say Nitish Kumar, he is the now best convener for the so-called INDA alliance, India alliance. But he had once upon a time, he had fought with People Alliance with RJD, Lalu Prasad ji. In between, he left him and he joined hands with the BJP. Then he fight the election with BJP People Alliance, and after 2 years, he again joined hands with the RJD. It happens. Mamta ji was also once upon a time the part of the central government in the India. So it happens in Indian politics. So now, why only we are being targeted? When we can join hands with the Sena, that was being observed. Okay. That time nobody questioned like this. Now some people are questioning second line. The leadership of some of our colleagues, they are questioning us. Then why we can join hands with the Sena that time? Even after Eknath Shinde's, when he left the government, all MLAs of NCP, all ministers of NCP, they have signed the letter. They wrote the letter to the Honorable President Pawar Sahab that we should join the government. Then how it was that time? What was the difference between that time? Where that ideology had gone that time? So these are the questions. We metaphysically taken the conscious decision under the leadership of Ajit Dada to take Maharashtra ahead. That is one thing. And our state is a progressive state.
Yeah.
Our state has its own identity in the country. So we thought it is better that we should join the hands with the government.
So you have been all the time preaching, or Mr. Dada also, that we have joined because of development. But do you really feel there was a threat from ED, CBI and inquiring agencies, and that was a huge compulsion basically to join and literally surrender with the BJP? That was a general criticism which we have been posing.
You see, that is a false one, not at all true. I explained so many times, especially against me and Dada, there were allegations in the government of 2012 and 14, and who was the key behind that we know. In which government we were there, but who was leading the government, who was playing all these kind of the mischief by the Congress.
Right.
Congress-led government that time. I allege very strongly, and with the contention that today. In 14 to 19, there was an inquiry by all the agencies.
Yeah.
There were never the name of Mr. Ajit Dada, never the name of Sunil Tatkare. All agencies have inquired thoroughly on that ground. Even some cases were gone to the court, and court has also discharged whatever the allegation that time they are made in. Mr. Bhujbal, okay, he was there behind the bar. So, unfortunately, that was also unfortunate for all of us. But then now he is there. So, what question of the threat of the agency now? what the thing left only because of criticizing us. This is something is
I mean, giving them some kind of a browning point. That's okay.
nothing else.
Okay. Sunilji, just 2-3 questions. I know I have to wind up. You are also so busy. The obvious question is now on the 6th October, there is going to be the hearing at the Election Commission. And very interestingly, your God, your Vittal, your former president, and your, the Neta, Mr. Sharad Pawar is going to appear in person before the Election Commission. How do you see this battle is going to take shape? And how are you determined to get the party name and a symbol?
You see, Supreme Court, this constitutional bench recently, and the Election Commission, which is sovereign body is there, and they have given the decisions recently.
Yeah.
See, going through that decisions very thoroughly, I mean the legally, constitutionally, and everything, we have gone through it, and very consciously we have taken the decision to join the NDA. See, there is a constitution of our party also, NCP is there. So going through all these aspects and consulting the legal experts in these matters. And of course, we also know the previous judgment given by the constitutional bench, 5 judges bench recently, and election commission has also decided. You see, so that is what we say. We have the support of the MLAs. See, this is not a secret paper. Like an exam, one has to go for the 10th standard or the 12th standard. It's an open one.
Yeah.
There are the marks certainly given for the written exam, for the oral exam, and for the ground reality exam. So we are having the maximum support of the MLAs. So that is the ground reality therein. So whatever is there, so election commission is there, going through all the details given by us and all others, they will take the appropriate decision. That is there, nothing else.
So
But
Sunil,
we are pretty confident of that. Whatever the strength we do have there, and past decision given by the Supreme Court constitutional bench, we pretty confident about that.
so basically you are going by the number of the legislators that your party claims. So you have support of some 43 legislators and also cutting across the office bearers. So you are basically banking on that. Is that so?
No, you see why I should disclose right now that you know that majority of the MLAs from the Maharashtra, all MLAs from the Nagaland, one MLA from the Jharkhand, they have supported Dada. They have taken the conscious decision therein, and much of the party office bearers also. So whatever the information needed for that, we have already submitted to the Honorable Election Commission. Basing of that, you see, it's the practice of that Election Commission go for. They will take the appropriate decision.
Sunilji, just a very interesting question is about what will be the party strategy to consolidate in Maharashtra. You have in a new avatar. You although claim you are the original NCP. How are you going to take it up? How are you going to increase your strength across the state? And how are you going to give a representation to both the old guards as well as the newcomers and the young faces?
You see, as I said earlier, since beginning, we are saying that our party is democratic party, and there is a democracy in the party always. See, we never choose our leader. Likewise, Congress from the upper and from the Delhi High Command. I know when I got elected twice, second time in 1999 and even 2004, our party leader was chosen amongst the MLAs. Absolutely. Not even given by the party high command the name. Right. So our party is basically democratic. Yeah. This is the democracy. In democracy, you see the majority always prevails everything. Yeah. So we have taken the decision democratically. The majority of the MLAs, they feel that we should join the government. Yeah. Maximum numbers of the MLAs, so that is there.
But at the state level, how are you going to increase the presence? When the time of distribution of the ticket, how are you going to give the representation? How are you going to give and treat women because the women bill has passed? Can you just throw a light on this?
Yeah, this is a good thing that we welcome this bill. After so long waited this bill, many parties they tried for that, but ultimately Narendra Modi ji and his government succeeded to passing the bill therein. So we welcome for that. Of course, delimitation and everything will take place because the number of the MLAs and MPs has not been increased for last 40, 50 years. So that is naturally being there. So no one can criticize on that basis why that is not since 2002-4. That takes some time to, there is some procedures are there in. So those totally failure for bringing the women's reservation, now they are criticizing all these things. Anyway, that's a different thing. As a party, as NCP, we have our cadre there in the whole of the state, but we have to strengthen. We are reorganizing. See, Dada is the idol of youth of across the Maharashtra. He is really idol of the youth. You see, women's, there are a lot of questions there. Farmers, there are some issues are always there coming up. So I feel under the leadership, dynamic leadership of Mr. Ajit Pawar, we will strengthen our party and we will prove in the election. Ultimately, party, how much is being strengthened in our democracy is the only barometer how much seats you bag in the government. Absolutely. So we are pretty confident about that. Yeah. That will go for that. And now, till today, we are not yet discussed at our level that about the parliament election. You see, assembly election is 2024 September. So it is almost of a year. Right. Okay. But parliament election will come soon. We'll sit across the table and we'll सीटों का बंटवारा हम करेंगे अच्छी तरह से.
Sunil ji, are you getting really adjusted with, now you are all the time recalling you and Ajit Dada just praising, showering praise on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah from, Sharad Pawar being your idol, your Vittal, and suddenly now you are glorifying Mr. Modi and Amit Shah. Are you really getting adjusted, acclimatized with this kind of a political environment now?
You see, once in 2019, when we accept Uddhavji as the Chief Minister, not only we, but the Congress led by Sonia Gandhi, when they accept, you see, this is a political adjustment. See, and Narendra Modi's leadership is charismatic leadership, no doubt for that. You see, after 89, the first leader in the country, on his charismatic leadership, the people of India has hated the BJP. Of course, we were fighting against that time. I fought against all that odds. Yeah. I lost my 2014 election by only 2,000. Yeah. In a parliament to lost 2,000 votes. Nothing at all that. Yeah. In 2019, the way was double than 2014. I won. So that is not a question for us. It is a question of the country and the country led by him at international, that is the these policies. There are so many things as we see when Indiraji was there, some all foreign affairs policies and everything. She had built up a different her own गरिमा उन्होंने किया था. जैसे कि now नरेंद्र जी मोदी साहब भी कर रहे हैं. See, we are born in our whole the political career has gone with certain ideology which we are carrying still further. So that is not a questioning. But right now, as I said since we start our dialogue, that now Indian politics or our state politics is alliance politics nowadays. You have your own agenda, your own ideology therein, but there is no way, as we can see in Indian politics also, or even the state politics also. There is no way. So now that is what, because of that, once upon a time, Congress was the master stroke playing in the Maharashtra. They were having their own majority all the time. I recall those days. You see, 62, 67, 72, 78. Of course, that Janata Party government, that time it was a slendering, then 1980. Yeah. 1980, after Pawar Sahib government was dissolved by the led Prime Minister Indira Ji, then of course when the Congress came, even in 1980 Parliament election also, Congress has won more seats in the Maharashtra. So that is not in 85, even 90. So then onwards in 95, there is a coalition ministry compulsion in Maharashtra. I don't feel how much, at least this election, 29 election, coalition is there. People are.
So what's your view on the Maratha and OBC reservation? This question I have to ask you because this is really hotting up and this is really, taking a shape in the Maharashtra politics. As a veteran leader, what is your say and what is your party stand on this?
You see, the stand is very clear. The Maratha community should get their reservation, but not touching the quota of the OBCs. Since beginning, when party was united, that time also the stand was the same. Today also the stand is the same. So there is the reservation for the Maratha community has to be given by the government, but it should retain. It should not be, the dismissed by the High Court. So keeping with the reservation policies, the laws, or our constitution, likewise that the government has to think for that, and the OBC's quota, the reservation, that should remain intact.
But the chorus for this caste-based census is also increasing. Chhagan Bhujbal has been quite, at the front of this. Mr. Tatkare, what's your party stand on this? Do you really press for caste-based census in Maharashtra?
No, we'll discuss. We feel that it should be like Bihar. I think, and I was told, and it's best of my memory, in 2011, there was caste-based.
The census was held, but the report was not released.
Who was that time in government? Who were leading the government? Now some Congress leaders they are saying that OBC are having very less faces, very much less faces in the Indian bureaucracy like that. So why that was kept? Why that was not come to the people of the India when it was done in 2018? It was an UP government. Yeah, we are the part of the UP government. So we are equally responsible. Why we should blame India now? It was there, happen in the country, whole of the country.
Yes.
That was not even the public, that was not even the knowledge to the people, not even the parliament. So you see, the people are changing their narratives as per what they feel suit for the elections.
Yeah.
We should not think only for the election. We should think for the country and the society always.
Sunilji, my last question, which I'm going to conclude, is that, within both of your factions, some of your leaders still feel that there is definitely a room for a patch-up between Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar. You have been associated with both the leaders. I know your background is such a groomed by Mr. Pawar as well as the former Chief Minister A.R. Antule. My God, such a veteran leaders you have worked under. Do you really feel there is a possibility of some kind of a patch-up in the coming days? Oh, you have left it to the God Almighty. Okay, I think I should conclude on this kind of a very interesting gesture that Mr. Tatkare is leaving this entire question of patch-up and compromise between the two groups to the God Almighty. But he has given lot of insight to the party's strategy, what the party is definitely thinking about the secularism, the Hindutva, and at the same time, how they are going to consolidate in Maharashtra to increase its presence while remaining with Mahayuti, that is BJP, which is the juggernaut, and the Shinde-led Shiv Sena. Mr. Tatkare, thanks a lot to be with HW News, and we are really happy that you have given some kind of an insight. And with this, kind of a best wishes, I will conclude this interview. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for giving me such a good opportunity to express my party views throughout the country. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.